Guys, look what I can do to these unstoppable champions in a Master Nightfall. All it took was a couple of seconds, and I have only used a freaking Kinetic Scout Rifle to kill them all. What I am bringing you today is the peak of greatness when it comes to Stasis Warlocks. Not only it provides you with up to 5 freaking turrets at the same time, but it also allows you to melt champions while freezing every enemy inside. However, before we get to the build, only 5% of you guys are subscribed to me. It only takes 2 seconds to subscribe, and it really means a lot to me and my channel. So please, if you like my content, consider subscribing. Also, make sure to join my Discord, as you will find all my builds in there, as well as you can speak and ask me any questions and I'll gladly help you out. The way we are going to achieve this is by using Revitalizing Blast, which is a seasonal mod that was added this season. We are also going to further empower our ignitions by combining this with Solar Fulmination to further increase the damage of our ignitions as well as the area of effect. However, be careful, as Solar Fulminations actually make your ignitions deal damage to us, meaning you can die from your own ignitions if you stand too close. The biggest problem with Stasis, ever since it came out, was the fact that it bugged out Unstoppables as well as Overload champions, and that's why no one really wanted to use Stasis against them. However, this build takes that whole interaction and turns it in our advantage by using the seasonal mod Revitalizing Blast, which ignites a champion every time you stun him. Now, every time you freeze a champion, their stun cooldown resets. That means that you can stun them infinitely when using Stasis, and that will proc Revitalizing Blast every time you restun them. The mod also starts your health regeneration every time you stun a champion, which is a very nice bonus to have. You guys probably already see where this is going. I mean, infinite explosions, with the use of a weapon that also has infinite ammo, as well as freezing everything in sight. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this for Stasis Warlocks this season. Stat-wise, we are going to be aiming for 100 resilience, 100 discipline, and then as much recovery as you can get. For our aspect, we are going to be starting with Bleak Watcher, and this is what's going to be allowing us to convert our grenades into stasis turrets. Next up we have Glacial Harvest, and this is going to create stasis shards around the target that we freeze. As for our fragments, we are starting with Whisper of Durance, and this is going to increase the duration of our slows as well as the duration of our stasis turrets. Next up we have Whisper of Rime, which is going to give us a nice overshield whenever we pick up a stasis shard. Then we have Whisper of Torment, and this is going to give us grenade energy every time we take damage from our targets. And finally we have Whisper of Change, which is going to give us a nice damage reduction buff whenever we are standing next to frozen targets or stasis crystals. For our helmet, we are going to be using Firepower, and this is going to give us a nice chunk of our grenade energy back whenever we use our grenade. For our gauntlets, we are using the Osmiomancy gloves, and these gloves are simply amazing because they give you an extra charge for your cold stamp grenade, as well as it's going to give you grenade energy back whenever a cold stamp grenade hits a target. We are pairing this up with another Firepower mod because they do stack together, and this means that we are going to be getting even more grenade energy back. For our chestplate, we are also going to be using Firepower. This means that we are going to be using 3 stacks of Firepower, which is an equivalent of a 45% grenade energy return whenever we throw our grenade. We have Elemental Charge, simply to make us charge with light whenever we pick up an elemental well. And finally we have Elemental Shards, which is going to make our stasis shards act as stasis elemental wells. For our next 2 mods, we are going to be using Solar Fulmination with Revitalizing Blast. These two go very well together as they synergize perfectly. However, be careful with Solar Fulmination, as it can kill you. As for weapon suggestions, then the only thing that I can really suggest you is that you guys use weapons with Demolitionist. For example, this Deliverance with Chill Clip and Demolitionist is absolutely amazing. Another example is this Ogma PR6, which also has Demolitionist and Dragonfly on it. Apart from that, you guys are free to use any weapons you want in the game, as this build is not weapon dependent, meaning you can take it into any activity regardless of the burn of the activity. Okay, so the way you play this build is just like any other Stasis Warlock build. You become charged with light by freezing targets. Then once you're charged with light, you can throw turrets and grenades left and right to freeze anything you want. However, this season we also got the addition of being able to absolutely melt champions by constantly stunning them, which puts this build in S tier when it comes to harder content as well as soloing any content in the game. Remember to also use your super, as it's an absolutely amazing tool that allows you to survive tough situations and revive teammates with ease. As always, if you enjoyed the video, then a sub, like and comment is much appreciated. I promise you I don't bite. I hope to see you all in my Discord server, that way we can have a nice chat. And if you need any help with the Grandmasters, then make sure to message me through my Discord. Thanks for watching the video and good luck in the upcoming Grandmasters.